We're going to talk to you about the drama triangle. This model changed my life.
I talk about it all the time.
All the time.
It
And
can
I
be
see it all the time.
illuminating. Yeah, all the time.
All the time.
All the time.
All the time.
And what I love about it is that I see it all the time in relationships, but I also see it all the time within someone.
Yeah.
We talk about these 3 roles, which we're going to have a look at. They exist in us as well as in relationships.
And you see it as children are learning how to navigate the world and try and be free from blame. You see them start to go into it. It's fascinating. So the drama triangle was developed by do you like a triangle? It was developed by a psychologist, psychiatrist, can't remember, I think it's a psychologist, called Stephen Karpman. Not Cartman, he's from South Park. Karpman with a K. So it's also called Karpman's drama triangle. And basically it's about perceptual positions. So what that means is that we have created in our mind different roles for ourselves and other people. And we can take any perceptual position. Now, we do that because we feel on some level that we are under attack. We feel there's fear. Usually fear of any of the main core wounds in humanity. I'm not good enough, I'm going to be rejected, I'm unlovable, I've done wrong, I'm going to be betrayed, I'm alone. The main core wounds have been activated, those fears, and so what happens is we react to try and change the situation. So it's always about trying to change a situation to somehow feel that the core wound isn't going to happen. Because again, that's all illusion. That's not necessarily real. We just fear it for no good reason.
So it's a coping mechanism. It's a manipulation that we do to be able to control others and our environment.
Yes, and it's very clever, and you will see it once you've been told about it. You will see it everywhere. So these 3 perceptual positions are that in any given moment we can be in one of these positions, or we can try and put someone else in one of these positions, and we do that with our language and with our behavior. So these 3 positions are persecutor. So that's when you're going after somebody, that's when you're having a go about them, it's when you're being a bit bitchy or critical or
I'm
naggy.
right, you're wrong.
Yeah, I'm going to go after you, he's not right, she said this, da-da-da. That's persecutor.
This is your fault.
We can also do it to ourselves. Like, wow, do we do it to ourselves? I'm stupid, blah, blah, blah. I'm an idiot. Like this constant self-attack, self-persecution. So persecutor. Then we have rescuer, which is the, that's happening to you. I'm going to make it better. I'm going to make it better.
Make it better. What can I do? What can I do? Overcompensate.
Overcompensate. I need to make it better. I need to fix it. I
can fix this for you.
Yeah.
I'm useful.
And I will lay myself down to sacrifice myself for you because your needs are greater than mine. Yeah. I don't matter. You matter. So that's the rescuer. We can also we also try and get people to rescue us. That's also really clever. And the third place, therefore, is the victim. So we either victimize somebody or we become the victim ourselves. So becoming the victim ourselves is, well, I couldn't help it. It wasn't my fault.
Poor me.
It's so awful. They're so horrible to me.
No responsibility.
It
was them. It wasn't me. This has happened to me again.
We can particularly be like this as parents with our children. It was that other child. So we're making our child a victim. We're making the other child the persecutor, and we're rescuing. We're trying to rescue the situation. We can also do it with partners. We can make them the victim. Well, that ex-wife of his was awful. Yeah, so we
can be quite gossipy, kind of drama triangle.
Oh yeah, it's so gossipy. And we can literally flit between these positions, bam, 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 in a heartbeat. So I've literally been in a conversation with someone where they've gone, I can't even tell you how awful he was last night. He was awful. It was just awful.
Persecutor.
Persecutor. But, It's not his fault because he had such an awful childhood. Rescuer, and I can cope with it. It's okay. I just ignore it and I mind my own business.
This always happens to me.
This always happens to me. Yeah, I'm okay, but it always happens to me, and actually it shouldn't happen like this all the time. It's not fair on me. It's not fair. But it can go round and round it. But they were awful, and actually I'm quite angry. But I do understand that they had a terrible time, and they were just tired. Like you can literally hear a conversation going round and round and round and round. So the thing with the drama triangle is we're kind of sort of brought up to do it, and we also create it with the news feeds the drama triangle, celebrity gossip feeds the drama triangle, social media, gossip in general, chit chat, like any of those things. Judgment,
persecutor.
Yeah, any of that stuff feeds it. But the beautiful thing with the drama triangle is when we crack it open, when we learn how to not do it, it actually opens up a whole new potential of how to live our lives. We learn how to not react as a victim and put ourselves in a victim mode, which can also be really whiny. Victim, I don't want to.
Children really learn that.
Yeah.
That they get what they want because this
children, I see grown adults doing it, but I don't want to. Well, then say you don't want to.
But this is the manipulation behind the drama triangle. It is about people getting what they want, but it is so distorted. So when we start to become aware of the drama triangle and we choose a different path, then we can start to come into real connection with the people we love, rather than trying to get them to do things for us or feeling like that we are being made to do something.
Yes.
That really starts to change.
You made me feel.
Oh yeah.
No, I
Victim.
didn't. Yeah, victim. So we completely change our behaviours and we change how we react and respond to things.
Oh, conflict resolution. When you get underneath the drama triangle and you can see, you can see your patterns, you can see their patterns. And you're in that conflict all the time. And the drama triangle can be quite addictive. You can get stuck in it very easily. There's a lot of adrenaline, a lot of cortisol that goes around. It can be very addictive.
Oh, and those relationships where people are arguing all the time.
Yeah.
That's addictive. That's perceived as passion.
But it can be really painful and time consuming and energy consuming. So when we come underneath it and we're able to step back and look and go, wow, I'm doing this and I can see that you're doing this, there must be another way. We can come into connection. Yeah. And when conflict happens, the resolution comes from a completely different place. Don't keep going around in circles.
It's not about being right.
No.
It's not about someone being wrong. It's about how do we navigate this as a win-win, no compromise? How do we navigate this from honesty, vulnerability, authenticity, courage? How do we navigate this? There's a poem by the Sufi poet Rumi which says, in the place beyond right and wrong there's a field, I'll meet you there. And that for me really sums up the drama triangle when we've learnt not to come from this place. So we can learn quite easily to not be in drama. And the way that we learn that is by becoming aware of our behaviour and where our behaviours are coming from. And then we learn that before we react, there's a split second that we can make another choice. So we get to train our brains. And that's actually where we're no longer persecuting, victimising, rescuing ourselves or anyone else. And we're coming into conscious connection. What also happens is everything changes on the back of that. We stop attracting people who will play the game with us. We stop ending up in dramatic, conflicting relationships.
Yeah, why do I always pick awful men?
Because you're in drama.
That stops because you're calling it in, because maybe you are stuck within that victim
familiar
role,
yeah.
And you're searching out for the rescuer or the persecutor to, like you said, play the game.
Yeah, we look for a familiar pattern. It's safe. There's safety in familiarity, but there's not fulfillment in familiarity. Fulfillment comes when we learn how to change our behaviours and not be acting from wounding and fear.
The drama triangle is big behaviour. It's one of the top line behaviour.
It's the gateway, right?
Yeah. It's why we chose it as a model for this thing.
Yeah. So we believe totally in how we can retrain the brain to spot when we're going to go into drama and choose a different way.